nerds, it is Tuesday. Raymond and Mel came over so that we could catch up on Magicians. We watched 2 of the 3 episodes that we're behind, and another one airs tomorrow, and we'll just be behind again. But that's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
We're definitely going to be 3 behind again before we start watching again. Because you're gone this weekend.
That's true. We're going to get behind again.
We're just always going to be 3 episodes.
Do you see this?
How he laid only on your laptop? Yeah.
Yeah, that cat. I was like, I love a laptop. Felix. They were good episodes. I'm upset. It's fine.
Spoiler.
Oh, so many spoilers. Always spoilers.
Always. But I feel like you should still say it.
Yeah. So I'm sad because they realized what I had realized a while ago, which is that the Dark King rises the Takers and then kills them. But I'm still confused on the how and the why of that. So I have hope that he's not a bad guy.
He's like super dramatic too. Like the Takers took 6 children and he was like,
yeah,
6
and so like
children.
If only I was there.
Yeah, and like that's the thing that I don't understand because it doesn't seem like he's putting that on. And also, when he was doing that, the only person in the room was Elliot, and I feel like
He likes Elliot. Liked Elliot. Past tense.
no, I
not
hope he's
anymore.
still so upsetting.
I don't think he likes Elliot anymore.
No, but he knows that that wasn't Elliot.
Yes, but also Elliot didn't do anything. Like, Elliot's gone after he's just been murdered.
He did get a sword through the gut.
Yeah.
Most people don't live through that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I want them to be together because they're both very attractive. There are no other reasons. It's purely aesthetic. I just want these really hot people to be together.
Also, they've both been through, like, the same trauma.
Yeah,
so
they
can
have
relate.
complementary angst. I love a good angsty boy. Top tier character. I love my angsty boys. Bucky Barnes is my favorite for a reason, guys. It's mostly because he's Sebastian Stan, but also because he's an angsty boy. Yes. So the Dark King and Elliot, well, so first we watched an episode where Penny attempted to be the dean, and that didn't go very well for him. It's
He's
still not going
trying to be the dean.
Poor Penny. He's having a rough time.
Oh yeah, Dean Fogg died, and now there's like an alternate.
No, Dean Fogg is not dead. He's
alright.
in another realm.
Oh yeah.
He's
Is
in
that
the
how it
he's in the drugged out realm. And there is an evil dean, psychotic dean,
Psycho Dean.
at the school now.
Correct.
And there's a lot of other craziness happening, and Penny has been called up to be like temporary dean.
Dean Fogg has a daughter.
No, only Psycho Dean though.
Whatever.
That we're aware of. It's the same timeline. He would still have a daughter.
I mean, it depends. They did different things.
One of the deans have a daughter.
Mm-hmm. And so he wanted to take this break bills back to his own timeline. And now he's locked up in a magical prison, and that's definitely never going to come back to bite anyone in this show. So I'm sure it'll all be good.
Evil Todd blew up.
Oh, yeah.
Psycho Todd blew up.
Todd also sang a song, highlight of the episode,
He did sing a song.
and sang more of the song in the credits, best credits of the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Margot gave a fairy a foot bath.
Mm-hmm, that's true. That did happen.
The fairies think that Margot, like, is evil, even though, you know, she was good 300 years ago.
Yeah. And then Margot and Elliot switched bodies, which I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
It was fun to watch them play each other. I always love a Freaky Friday thing because I enjoy like watching people play each other. And Margot and Elliot are easily my favorites.
Yeah.
And have been. Fenn's
So,
great, but they're my faves.
I don't think they did, like, necessarily a super good job at like the speaking part.
Mm-hmm.
There were some points that were like really rough, but I think Margot got Elliot's like stand really well because she was just like walking around like this, and like that's very Elliot.
Yeah, I do think that their physicalities were really good.
Yeah.
And also, I thought that Elliot, that actor, did a good job with Margot's sort of like, whatever.
Yeah.
The way she speaks, which was really funny.
True.
But it was nice to see them switch and to have to deal with each other's drama.
Oh yeah.
So-
they both have relationship drama.
And Elliot had to talk to Josh, which Margot didn't want to do. And then Margot had to interact with Seb, who is the Dark King. Who's so pretty.
And was gonna kill him, but then hesitated?
Yes. Because here's the thing, is that Margot spent some time with him, and then she was like, oh no, this is a problem. I totally see what Elliot sees. And he talks about how difficult it is to be king. And Margot remembers how difficult it is to be king. And he was like, and how everything can get changed. And Margot was literally just talking to the fairies last episode about how people view things differently. So they had a lot of relatable content. Look at that cuteness. Sorry, we needed to interrupt your regularly scheduled program for adorable Amanda.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize we were recording.
And so I think that Margot related to that, and she had a moment where she was like, oh, I feel bad. So then she hesitated, but luckily for everyone, Julia's there to
Finish
just
off the job.
to just stomp on everything, like she is all the time. I feel like that's Julia. Julia's like the kill everyone and maybe think about asking questions in the future.
Fair enough.
She is a woman of action, which I appreciate about her most of the time.
Most.
Then we had the longest commercial break ever. Untrue. It was the same length as all of the other commercial breaks. But during this commercial break, I didn't know if Seb was going to come back to life, and I was real upset. And Mel wouldn't let me look it up. She wanted me to wait through the commercials and find out like a plebeian who doesn't have a smartphone. It was upsetting.
I mean, it was pretty obvious he was coming back.
I needed him to come back.
The season would have just ended. There would have been nothing left
No,
to
there's
do.
the whole thing at Brick Bills and fixing magic. They would have just gone back there. No, listen, there were two ways this
Okay,
could go.
there's-
There are two ways this could go. Number one is that Seb comes back, which is what happens. He wakes up in the end. I'm real upset about it. Elliot wasn't there. Also, they just left the body sitting in the room and no one was guarding it, which seems real dumb. But the other way it could have gone is that Seb was dead, but the takers continued to rise, and then they started to figure out that they like if Mallory wrote the series, Seb would be dead. And then it wouldn't have stopped the takers. They would still be rising, and then they would realize that Seb wasn't doing it, that he was somehow controlling their rise. So if he gave the gold, only 5 of them rose instead of 100 or something like that. Like, and he'd learned a way to control it.
Or it gave him power over them.
Yeah.
To like take them out.
Yep. And that they were rising anyway. And so like he would be dead, but they would learn that it wasn't really him and all this other kind of stuff. And then Elliot would be big upset. But instead he's going to come back to life, and they're still probably going to learn stuff. We'll have to see. But maybe he and Elliot can bang.
We knew he was going to come back because he has survived 7 assassination attempts.
Yeah, but none of those other
Yeah, they
people
cut
cut
down
down
the
the tree.
We don't know that the tree was the source. They just arbitrarily guessed that that was the thing.
It's true. And also, I don't know that they necessarily cut down the tree. And also, it doesn't matter because he's still alive, which means there's the potential that he and Elliot will bang. This is all I want. Clearly. And if you haven't figured it out in the other 9.5 minutes of this video, I just need to state it. It will also be the title. I just want them to bang.
So, in case you didn't know, there was a lesson we learned in this episode. The best way to get over a crush is to bang it out.
Yep. That's what Margot taught us.
Yeah. Just bang it out.
I'll think about that in the future. Anyway, we've had a good night. They want to go home and take care of their dog, who still has a UTI. Poor Bruno.
3 weeks.
Poor baby. So, hope that Bruno gets better, and we'll see you tomorrow.